Oh, I don't have my
Okay.
piano.
All right, all right, let's get started. Okay. So, first off, everyone, welcome to the first session of the last stream. I hope you all are gonna have fun. It's my first ever homebrew campaign, so let's try our best here. So, the sun is shining across the great expanse of horizon as the large wooden airship cruised through the air. Everything could be seen from this height, the shining, glistening kingdom in the distance, growing closer and closer, the never-ending sea off to the west with the large growing city beside it, and the rolling mountain range to the east, blocking off all sight to the land of the east, even from the height of which you sailed. It was on this ship that many heroes would have been called to action by the King of Pathstow himself in order to work for him in his kingdom to shut down an ever-growing rebellion of cultists. The airship had 3 decks to it. The main deck, which was open, allowing for an amazing view. The mid deck, which consists of a very small tavern like environment where a small half elf woman would stand behind the counter. And finally, the lower deck, which was used for storage and those who wanted privacy and would set up bedrolls to sleep. It is here where all of your journeys will begin. That being said, what is everyone doing at the moment? Let's just start off with Alex, and you want to introduce yourself?
Oh Lord. So, a couple. Do they see me? I don't know. So, I don't know. Would they see me? Are we all on the same level, pretty much?
Everyone's wherever they want to be. So, which deck are you on?
Uh,
Sorry, real
I.
quick. Could you
Okay.
go over the decks again?
So
The
there's
Yeah.
the audio was really loud, and I spent more time trying to figure out how to lower it
it's
to
fine. It's
fix
fine.
it, and I wasn't
So
paying
there's
attention.
three.
Sorry.
There's 3 decks. There's the upper deck, which is basically just really open. It's for the people who want to get like a view of everything while the ship is flying. There's the mid deck, which has like a small little tavern type area. There's a bunch of little tables and a little stand where there's a woman serving up drinks. And then there's the lower deck, which is mainly like storage, but people have some bedrolls and things set up for privacy.
And then there's the main deck, which you draw 2 cards from whenever you
Shut
play
up.
Pot of Greed.
Uh, so Seal is standing on the top deck. He has these weird this dark shade of glass held in front of him, and he's looking straight at the sun. And he seems to be muttering to himself. For as far as looks, he's a human. He's about average. He's a little short. He's like 5'2" ish. And he is 60 years old.
All right.
He's wearing kind of like shitty clothes, if I'm being honest. Like he doesn't look like he's like cleaned himself in a while.
Okay.
Kind of looks homeless.
All right. Okay. And you said he's on the main upper deck, just staring at the sun.
Yepers.
All right. Cool. Let's hop on down to Anthony. What is your character doing? Where are they at? And want to introduce yourself?
Okay. So my character, she is a female tiefling with very like light purple, almost white, pale skin, with kind of magenta horns going back on her head, and her hair is kind of slicked back as well. Currently, she is on probably the upper deck as well, kind of sat down next to one of the walls.
Okay.
And just looking.
Okay. Looking at.
She's just looking, and she's currently dressed in fairly simple attire, just a tunic, some leather armor over it, a small pouch or backpacks beside her. Fairly simple clothes, but all are fairly mottled gray in that color spectrum.
All right. Just
She does see the old man looking at the sun, but she doesn't quite question it. Oh, and she has, if you look closely, she has a bandana around her neck. It's not currently on, and she has several scars running up the side of her neck and up to her face, stopping about at her cheekbone.
Okay. All right. Continuing on down our participants, we're gonna go ahead and go to Tristan. What are you doing, buddy? Where are you? And want to talk about your character?
My character's name is Cole Greg Bear on Forthorn. He stands about 7'2", has gray skin, and is bald with blue eyes. He's got scars covering just about every inch of his body, from a nasty burn crawling up his right side to a nasty slice right to the left eye. Currently, he's probably in the lower decks checking the equipment and all the supplies to make sure everything is sealed and put away nice and tight.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have Mr. Theobald. Where are you at right now? What's your character like?
There's a half elf, a young man sitting in the second level. He's nodded off to sleep. He's had quite a few drinks. He has auburn hair tied up into a ponytail with shaved sides. And
You cut out there, buddy.
Where'd he go? Uh-oh.
Everyone salute Theobald for his strong support and walk in this man's
Theobald?
army.
Okay.
He first into the campaign.
Theobald. Okay. Yes.
Woo! Here we go.
Okay. You were passed out at a table. You had a couple of drinks. What were you saying after that?
his gear's at his side, and he seems to be somewhat messy.
Okay. All right, and he's just sleeping, having a nice nap. All right.
Yep.
And to finish up our participants, we have Zephyr. Where are you at? What do you like?
All right. Zephyr is a male elf. He obviously has a little bit of human somewhere in his bloodline, as he has a small goatee. He has long black hair tied up in a ponytail, and slightly darker complexion, and gray eyes. He's dressed in kind of casual, not peasant outfit, but, like a traveling outfit. He's sitting on the upper deck on a box, kind of minding his own business and tuning up his lute, and every now and then staring out into the distance, just kind of spacing out.
All right. Cool. Well, so as
I forgot to mention, he is very tall. He's over 6 feet tall.
All right.
As a quick question, how big is this boat?
This boat is fairly large. It's still pretty small. Like I said, it's only 3 main decks. And if I had to,
we all would have seen each other around the
you
ship.
definitely would have seen each other hanging around,
All
especially if you're on the same floor as someone else. You will definitely have seen them. Like there's no way. There's no way, for example, Anthony's character, Sameen, would not see Seal staring off into the sun. So it's very, very common.
Okay.
And you said this is a boat, or is this in like an airship?
It's an airship.
An airship.
You are currently
Okay.
very, very high up in the air, sailing, heading towards the actual kingdom of Pasto itself. You can see it in the distance. It's still a good bit away, but it is, it's getting closer and closer.
How do you spell pasto? Is it like pasta but with an O?
So, here, I will, the name is...
You want me to drop the map?
P-A-S-S-T-H-O.
Go ahead and drop the map,
W.
because
Got it.
you would all have received a map with
Let's
your
chat.
letters. Just drop it in
Player
the
handouts.
player handouts.
Player handouts of Campaign 2.
Yeah, of Campaign 2. So while he's doing that, are anyone doing anything specifically?
Staring in the sun, muttering.
All right.
I'm
Slightly
specifically
buzzed with sleeping.
I'm specifically checking all to make sure all the armaments in the lower deck are all secured safely.
All right. Well, in that case, as everyone is going about minding their business, suddenly everyone will hear a loud whistle being blown, almost like a steam whistle, and you can hear a gruff voice, the voice of the captain of the airship, speaking through the small intercoms that go throughout all the floors of the ship. And he would say, "All right, everyone come to the top of the ship."
Hey, Captain! Oh!
Top
Sabine just gets up quietly and heads
Stars
up
are
to where his voice presumably came from.
Yeah, so he's just out on the main deck, just standing in front of the captain's quarters.
I'll go ahead and put away my shade of glass and stand around where the captain called the meeting, but not too close.
I set everything down that I'm working on and head upstairs.
All right.
Top of the ship. No, top of the. All right, right there.
Zephyr takes a second to process because he's been spaced out, but he realizes everybody else is moving and realizes, oh shit, I should probably get up
Yeah,
and
should probably get up.
follow.
Oh, forgot to mention that Seal is incredibly pale, like the pastiest motherfucker, and has like pure white hair.
So like
Nice.
about as pale as Samine, but just
So
not
wait,
pink.
wait, how many half elves do we have again?
I'm a human.
There is.
Theobald can be counted among half elves.
Yeah.
What are you? Oh wait.
I'm an elf, but there's a little bit
Okay, yeah,
of
you're an
human
elf with a little bit of
somewhere.
human.
All right.
I'm a straight up half elf.
So, as everyone starts to arrive to the main deck, you see everyone on the ship is gathered around. You see the captain actually standing in front of the captain's quarters. He is a older gentleman. He is definitely just a normal human. He's definitely in his older age, probably in his 60s, if you could have to guess. But despite his age, he does not look very weak at all in the slightest. He actually looks very strong and fit for his age. He currently has a long gray beard, and he's wearing just normal sailor's clothing with a large, almost just like a stereotype pirate hat. So yeah, everyone in the crowd starts to gather around, and he looks at everyone once everyone gathers around, and says, all right, the kingdom of Pasto is very, very near. Now, I have been instructed by the king to tell you some very simple instructions for when you get to the kingdom. Once you all arrive, you are designated to go straight to the castle. You must follow the path. It's a straight walk there. Do not veer off. This is important business. If you veer off, you will be hunted down by the guards and you'll be counted as trespassing. Does anyone have any questions? He looks around.
I raise my. How long are we going to be here?
Do you mean the kingdom or the ship?
The kingdom.
It depends on if you take the work. If you take the work, then you'll be here until the job is done or until you forfeit the mission. But I would not recommend that. If you do decide that the job is not for you, the ship will be here for the remaining rest of the day. And if you wish to leave, you must simply get back on and I will take you back to where I got you.
Understood.
Any other questions? Alright.
I raised my hand.
Okay, he looks over at you and kind of gives you like a silent nod.
So how bad is this rebellion that we're sent here to fight?
Rebellion.
So at that point, he kind of realizes that you are not just a random adventurer who was hired. And he says, that is none of my concern to answer. That is something I suppose the king would wish to speak to you about personally. All I know is that people have started to disappear, and there have been a higher crime rate, particularly murder.
Alright.
Well, that doesn't sound too good.
Alright. Alright. I'll talk to the king about it when I see him. Or when I see his advisor or whatever.
Alright.
I somehow turned into a pirate. Yarr.
He kind of looks around for a couple more minutes, seeing if anyone has any questions. And once everyone seems like they're done, then he kind of just waves up his hand in the air, dismisses everyone, and returns back into the captain's quarters. You still have at least you still have at least a couple of hours until you arrive at the actual kingdom itself. Unless there's anything any of y'all want to do. Anything?
The interesting music.
I'm sorry, I recognize this song. Do you mind if I tell you a story? My teacher taught it to me long ago.
Who are you speaking to?
All right. Well, in that case, is everyone just gonna relax and just blow off time till the ship arrives at the kingdom?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go sit at the bar and burn time.
I think I'm gonna stare out the window now that I've had enough to drink and sleep.
All right.
Actually, no. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure I get all my gear together and make sure my armor is polished and not broken in any way.
All right.
So Mine's just gonna return to where she was sitting previously, and she's gonna close her eyes, kind of take a small nap.
Okay.
Seal is gonna grab 3 slices of bread, walk up back to the top of the deck, and stare at the sun, eating 2 of the slices of bread and trying to write on another.
All right. Just to let y'all know, I will let y'all know the food and drinks that are currently in the tavern are free of charge. The king did pay for them, so don't worry about spending any gold. You're fine. All right.
Fancy smashy king we have here.
Free stuff.
I go to Seal. Hey, pal.
Me?
You alright?
Huh?
Are you alright?
Yeah. What does it look like?
You don't seem alright.
I'm fine. Trust me. I've been in this game long enough. I know what I'm doing.
Well, what are you doing?
Stars.
It's day.
Sun. It's a star.
Well, what about the sun?
I'm studying it. Okay. Don't tell this to anybody. I'm studying stars. Don't let anyone know. I've been doing this for since 30 years ago. What? It's been a while. I cracked the code a while back, but I can't tell you what. It's important. It's a secret. I can't tell you what. But I'm studying the sun. It's important. I can't explain more.
Zephyr is kind of standing nearby listening in on this and half wondering if he should ask if he's on anything and also half wondering if he could ask to have some.
All right.
Whatever
This guy
floats
seems
the
to
boat.
be
Go
out
back to
having a
studying
good
now.
time.
I slap Seal's back, just like hard, like, all right, you do you.
All right. Seal, by the way. Seal Lunster. You'll read about me in books.
Theobald, Frieden. Not in any books, I hope.
Neither am I, but I hope to be.
Okay. Go back to your star.
Yeah.
I just kind of walk off.
Why is Seal just old man?
Because it's funny.
Okay.
Okay. So as that's going on, down in the mid deck, the half elf behind the bar actually comes up to you, Bear Arms, and just kind of takes a seat behind her bar and says, "Oi, can I get you anything to drink?"
Just give me a light ale or some mead if you have it.
Coming right up. We have everything here, thanks to the king. And so she goes to start pulling a glass out and start pouring it full of some of your light ale. And she comes over and as she sets it down, she waves her hand and says, "It's free of charge." So what made you want to come work for the king?
It's been a lonely couple of years since I moved out to the woods. Need to get out and stretch my legs a little bit.
She looks very shocked when you say that. She says the woods, as in dark well, the forest that no one's supposed to go into.
Yes, that's where I call me home.
Oh, so you're a bit of a wild man, huh?
No, not wild. Reclusive. A little bit of a hermit.
Okay. Well, enjoy the drink. I won't bother you anymore. Enjoy the drink and enjoy your time. Did you
Thank
fucking
you. Here,
unmute your
this is for
fucking-
you.
Oh shit, my bad. I thought I was.
This
Whoops.
absolute madman ruining the D&D recording.
Whoops.
But I think here,
I had the mics reversed.
this is for you, and I hand her a gold piece.
Okay. She gives you like a warm smile and nods her head and say thank you very much. And with that, she puts in a little tip jar and walks off to go tend to the rest of the patrons. And I guess with that, if everyone is kind of starting to relax, we can progress the travel. Is that cool, everyone?
All right.
All right. So,
Yeah.
a couple of hours pass. At this point, it's a little bit past noon. Everyone was kind of picked up at random points throughout their days and nights. So at this point now, it's just now passing lunch, and the airship is beginning to make its descent into Pasto. So as it starts to descend more and more, you can see the kingdom is very well developed. You can actually see the palace itself just towering over everything. And it's just giant. It's basically what you'd expect from a very wealthy kingdom. The walls are very shining. There's gold trim almost everywhere you can see. It is a very, very well kept castle, even on the outside, despite how old the castle is at this point. It's very well kept. You can also see every parts of the actual kingdom itself for the most part. You can see definitely where the more rich upper nobles are with their 2 to 3 floor houses that are all very clean, almost mansion-like. And you can slowly see where it starts to diminish in terms of wealth, and there's definitely a poverty line that is beginning to develop in the actual city itself, with closer towards the outside walls of the city. There's more or less houses and more wooden shacks and little shanty type locations. There's also a giant wall surrounding the entire kingdom itself. And it looks like it's made out of some form of stone, but you can't quite tell which type of stone it is. But there's also a gold trimming outlining the wall as well, almost as if to glorify the kingdom further. But as the kingdom slowly descends, it touches down into into a big open area that you can see has a brick flooring leading out towards the king's castle. And the stairs descend, and everyone's free to get off the ship.
Okay. So as Samine kind of stands up and gathers her things, as she walks off the ship, a raven that was previously just kind of cruising through some of the sails or whatever on the airship flies down and lands on her shoulder. And she always doesn't seem bothered by it as she continues onward.
All right. And so as you all are getting off the ship, you see a drow step off the ship as well. And he already, even though he does appear to be one of the adventurers hired by the king, he looks quite shifty and almost looks like he's planning to immediately to pickpocket someone. But for the most part, he's kind of keeping to himself and walking off as well.
Samina will keep an eye on him as they walk.
Okay. Bear arms. As you are walking off the ship, you feel a pair of large shoulders brush off onto your shoulders and kind of push you over to the side a little bit as a large Goliath man pushes you kind of out of the way and just keeps walking.
I quickly clench my fist, my right fist, but with my left arm I grab his shoulder and turn around. Hey, watch where the fuck you walking.
As you do that, you make eye contact with him, and you see the bald head and the large brown beard going off his face, and you can immediately recognize it as the face of Gabriel, the foundling Goliath that you served with in your previous military. And he looks you dead in the eyes, but he doesn't say anything.
I look at him. I go, oh, it's you.
he kind of nods his head and goes, "Ugh, traitor." And he just kind of roughs his
Slaughter.
shoulder out of your grasp and just continues on his path. All right. Well, as you all are making your way through the city, obviously, you're trying to stay on the path and go straight to the king, heeding the words of the captain. But even then, along the way, you do get a good look at the city that you're, or at least the part of the city you're passing through. It is definitely more the upper class, like I mentioned earlier. You see plenty of jewelry stores, rich homes, furniture type stores, general stores, really almost any type of store you can see. You see it, but you do get a guess that it's pretty expensive. Does anyone want to do anything while you continue on your way to the king?
I'd like just to look around, see if I see anything interesting.
Okay.
On the town.
How many people are there? Like
so
that were on the
getting
ship?
off the ship, there is, let's see, there's 5 of y'all, there's 9. There is about 9, I believe 14. There's about 14 of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seal is pretty much walking, but he's like has an eye out. He's very clearly trying to not clearly look around for people who could try to rob him. He's clutching a sack right next to him.
All right. So
Hey, buddy.
Eh,
What do you got in the sack?
nothing.
Sure about that? You seem to be
It's
really
bees.
fond of it. It's what?
Bees. Don't touch the sack. It's mine. It's my bees. They get angry.
Do you make honey?
No. They're attack bees. They only attack when I open the sack. So don't
All
open
right.
the sack.
I won't. It's an interesting defense mechanism you got there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
All right.
Zephyr makes a note not to get on Seal's bad side because Zephyr happens to be very allergic to bees.
my worst enemy, bees.
Not the bees.
These are a great weakness for a lot of people.
All right. Well, in that case, as you all continue walking, it doesn't take too long to get to the actual the king's castle. It wasn't too long of a walk, and especially since y'all just stayed on the path, it was a really straight shot. When you get there, there's a set of large double doors, and I mean they're very, very large. The doors are probably about 25 feet tall, being guarded by just 2 guards, 2 armed guards. They kind of look everyone over, and then they nod their head, knowing what everyone's there for. So they pull a lever behind them, and the doors begin to open. And as you go inside the castle, it is just as nice on the inside as it was on the outside. There is a shimmering purple carpet that covers the entire flooring of the castle. And it leads on one giant straight shot to another set of double doors, which you can assume is the king's throne room. Throughout the hallway, there is all kinds of just looks like artifacts passed throughout the years. You see swords adorning the walls, old armor sets, shields, just things that you kind of expect to see throughout a very rich castle.
I have another question.
Yes.
Like, what are or how many, like, how do I word this? Of all the people that are, like, the 14 people, other than the ones, the Drow, and then us, and then I think you said Goliath?
Yeah, Goliath.
What are the other, like, kind of races that are among the mix?
Among the mix, you see another half-elf, and it is a woman. She's wearing, like, dark black and red robes. But really the person that stands out the most out of the remaining people is a large dragonborn. with a long red cape going down his back. And you see he's kind of actually walking alongside the half-elf woman I previously mentioned. Besides that, the other 5 people is just like another human, 2 not dwarves, 2 gnomes, a dwarf, and a half-elf.
Okay.
All right. So, as you continue down towards the throne room, the doors seem to open on their own, and you see the carpet actually goes on for a good probably 25-30 feet. It's a very, very large throne room. And at the end of the carpet is a giant golden and silver throne with a large purple pillow, where you see the king sitting in his throne. He is wearing a large red crown with purple cloth going around it and a gold trim along the entire crown itself. He actually doesn't really resemble almost what you would imagine a stereotype type king to look like. He isn't large or fat or ugly. He's actually very slim. And looks almost like he served in several battles or wars, as he has several scars going down his face, as well as a large burn that's already previously healed on his left arm. You see he was talking to someone quietly, which whenever everyone enters the throne, he kind of waves them off. And then he looks at everyone and says, "Ah, welcome, welcome! I have been expecting you all. Please, come in. Everyone gather around. I've been waiting quite some time for you." So as everyone starts to gather around, he kind of looks everyone over, kind of eyeing them all down as if to see if they're worth the money that he's paying them. And then gives a big friendly smile and says, "Ah, yes, you are all exactly what I was expecting. So, now, I'm curious, I'm sure you're all curious as to why I've summoned you here today, though I'm sure some of you already know. Am I correct?"
Aye.
Yes.
I'd really like to know.
Yeah.
Give me a minute. I have to remember what the letter said.
I don't think that was much.
Here for work!
He looks at everyone. You notice whenever he what's everyone's just real quick passive perception?
18.
15.
I have to pull it up real quick. Hold on. Passive perception. Is that just gonna be?
So
Okay, are you proficient in perception?
I do have a proficiency in perception.
Okay, then what is your score?
I see a +2. I see a +2. I'm not good at navigating these characters.
So 12.
Okay.
Okay.
Or if actually, are you on D&D Beyond?
Yes.
Are you on?
You should
PC?
be on the
Should be on the left side.
left side, right where it says senses.
It's a 12. It's a 12.
12?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, let me see here. So, Samin and actually Seal, you both notice whenever the king looks over at Seal, after, smiling at everyone, saying that he was excited for everyone, he kind of gives Seal a confused and disappointed look, but, kind of moves on quickly from that. And goes back to whatever.
Samin raises an eyebrow but doesn't question it.
With
He's
that,
pretty weird.
so the king continues on. He has, anyway, like I was saying, so those of you who I have given a personal letter to, you will know who you are. Can you please move forward, and let me see you? So
I reluctantly move forward.
When you do, you also notice that only one other person does as well, and it's actually the other Goliath in the crowd of you. He looks at you both and says, I see. Okay. So, you two, you previously have fought in a rebellion, have you not?
Aye.
I kind of look up at that.
Gabriel nods his head as well, except he doesn't say anything about it. So, the king continues on. He says, "Well, I hate to admit it, but Sadly, a rebellion has started to form inside of my glorious kingdom. As you see,
I scoff a little bit when he says glorious.
he doesn't pay any mind to it as he continues on saying, well, you see, a group of religious fanatics, a bunch of cultists, they come to the kingdom and they wish to worship some undead god, and that is unholy. That unholy devil magic is not to be worshipped in such a wonderful place. So, we have told them time and time again that if they wish to worship, they must do it outside of my reign of my kingdom. But they refuse. The rebellion at first was nothing but a couple riots here and there and some angry voices. But it has gotten worse, you see. There has been disappearances and I believe murders, all caused by these fanatics, these cultists. And it's gotten to a point where even my royal guard can no longer truly deal with them. So I summoned you all here today in hopes that you could help me quell the rebellion. Bring order back to the kingdom. There are good people here, and they don't need this trouble in their lives. Do you understand me?
What did they say they were worshiping?
It's what did they called it? It's number Anoumbrous. As he talks, you see a previously unseen human wearing robes over his face step out from behind the throne, and he says, Anoumbrous, the god of the undead. It is an ancient eldritch being.
Samin perks up at that.
Is there anyone standing like next to me?
I
I don't know, anyone want to volunteer to be the one standing next to me?
Sure.
I think I was keeping an eye on the drow, so.
Standing ahead of everyone. So no.
All right, so I'm gonna lean over to Theobald and go, "Think he likes numbers?"
Possibly.
Oh, and the raven on Samin's shoulder is going to flutter their wings a little bit in the reaction to that.
So, the king nods his head as the man went silent. He just kind of nods his head and goes, thank you. Yes, Anoumbrous, as I heard one of the fanatics say. It's to me, it's all just a bunch of gobbledygook. I don't understand it all, but it's foul and it is unholy. Now, I know some of you may not be the most inclined for combat or such violent acts, but I assure you I can make it worth your while, as if you take my offer right here and now, when you leave those gates for today, I will give you 100 gold pieces each. And that is just to start the mission. If you end up succeeding, or even show that you're worth the time of the kingdom, I can make it worth your while, I assure you.
Seal is visibly perked up and suddenly just stops all movement in an attempt to not say anything wrong.
He takes note of that, and he's like, yeah, sorry, yeah, okay. He looks over at the rest of you and says, what about the rest of you? I see I already have a taker. Do the rest of you wish to partake in my job?
How worth it are we talking about?
Well, this is the fate of my kingdom at stake here. 100 gold is just an offer. If let's say you did end up putting down this pesky little rebellion for me, I could probably make it even worth your while. I could probably give you a home with the nobles in the kingdom. Supply you with enough gold that you wouldn't have to worry about taxes for the rest of your life, or food, or anything.
I don't think this man over here, and I grab Seal, I don't think he thinks that's enough.
I listen to the king's offer and go, what's in it for me?
He looks down at you because his throne is about a good 8 or 9 steps higher than everyone else. And he looks down at you, kind of rubs his chin for a moment, and then goes, I see. You are one of the special cases. That's right. Your terms can be negotiable. I suppose you would wish to talk about that later, though, without all these prying ears and eyes.
As soon as one of your advisors are available, I'm gonna take a whack at it.
Right. Well, I suppose that's an accept, then? You agree?
Well, of course.
Alright.
And what about my longtime friend Gabriel? Are you going to accept this offer?
At the mention of the name Gabriel, me who's been messing with Seal, like trips over myself and like stops, like freezes, and there's sort of a fear on my face and also anger.
The king kind of makes a note of that, but he doesn't say anything. And Gabriel kind of bats an eye over at you, Bare Arms, but then looks back to the king and says, "Yes, I accept. I don't care the offer. I'm here for the thrill."
I hearing him say that, I shake my head, almost in a trance, like as I hear his voice again, the fire and anger that is behind it.
He's gonna look over at the two gnomes. They kind of look at each other. You can tell that they're with each other because they've just kind of walking with each other the whole time. They nod their head, and then they just give a little thumbs up, saying that they're with the king. The half-elf I've mentioned earlier, she nods her head silently. Even the drow just kind of gives like a nod that he doesn't really care. He's kind of just there. The Dragonborn looks around at everyone and says, sorry, 1 second. Let me pull something up. He looks around at everyone and says, "Well, I don't know about the rest of them, but I accept the job as well." Alright.
Samin just nods silently as well.
The king will then look over at Zephyr and say, "Oh, what about you, my silent friend down there? You haven't spoken a word. Do you accept my offer?"
Zephyr takes a moment and then looks up at the king and says, "I admit I haven't got a lot of battle experience, but I come from a family of fighters, and I feel like joining in this will honor them and move me forward as a person, so I accept."
The king nods his head and says, yes, that's the spirit. That is what I like to hear. And you there, you other half-elf," he says as he looks over at Theobald, and says, you didn't quite accept my offer. You seem to be not satisfied. What is that about?
No, there was nothing wrong with the terms, your highness. I wanted to tease this nice old man here for a second, but I thought I did say I wanted to join.
I must have misheard you.
Chance? Look, is there a chance? Oh, never mind.
All right. Well, if that everyone seems to accept the offer, and he's silent for a moment, very stoic, looking at everyone before he gives a great big smile, stands up, and kind of just like claps his hands. Gives a nice little like double clap. He says, "Yes, that is what I like to hear. Everyone, I knew I had faith in hiring you all. Now, sadly, I cannot offer you any housing arrangements in the actual castle itself. It's a busy time, you see. However, like I said, I will offer you a good sum of gold on your exit of my castle, and as long as you tell any of the innkeepers here that you have my word, you're here working for the king, I'm very sure that they will give you quite the discount."
Or markup.
Yeah, we will see. That is you are the adventurers. I trust you will have your intuition to guide you. Well, unless you have any further questions, I will lead the rest to you. If you have any other questions regarding maybe the rebellion itself, feel free to ask my advisors. Otherwise, I must ask you to leave. I have very, very important work to back to, you see.
Yes, King. And I'm like, I'm like walking like a toy soldier, like
As you
arms
do that,
swinging and like swinging fully.
as you do that, he suddenly the human beside him in the robes kind of whispered something, and he nods and says, wait, sorry. My prime advisor here, he made a good point. I don't need a bunch of willy-nilly adventurers running around everywhere. So he has devised a plan. Maybe I set you into 2 groups, cover more ground. I don't need any more dead adventurers in my kingdom, if you catch my drift. I would rather you not die.
Or
I don't like dying either.
So,
I mean, yes, King.
I
I seem a little annoyed, but more nervous at the prospect of being split into 2 groups.
the
Zephyr is low key, a little more, gives a sigh of relief, because on his own he probably wouldn't do a very good job, and in a team it means he's less likely to die.
The king kind of gives everyone a nod and then says, all right, I'm off to do my work. My advisor here will, he will handle the rest of this. It was good to see you all. Good work out there. Good work. And with that, he gets up and rather quickly leaves his throne and exits off into a side room. As he does, the door shut behind him, and the human in the robes gives a little smirk and walks forward, looks at everyone, kind of eyes them down, and says, right. Let's see here. You, and you. He says as he points to the human, the other half elf, and the 2 gnomes, and says, you four. I will put you together. You seem like you'll work well. You there, let's go with, you four. He says as he points to Gabriel, the drow, the female half-elf from the Dragonborn. He says, you seem like your type will get along quite alright.
The nervousness somewhat disappears from my face.
And with that, he looks at the rest of you, the remaining 5, and says, and, I guess I can't quite split you up evenly. You 5, work together. I will report to the king and I will let him know the groups I have decided upon.
How shifty is this guy?
The human?
Yes, the advisor.
He seems very, you know what, do me a favor.
that's full of barnacles.
Oh, first roll.
First roll of the night. Don't fail me now. Oh, thank God. I thought that was a 1. It's a 7. So, 9.
9? You can't get a super good grasp on what this guy is like, but you can tell he doesn't seem super trustworthy, at least to you people. His allegiance to this king does seem true, but as for everyone else, it really seems like he doesn't really give a crap about what happens to any of you.
Would there be a military advisor or like a guard commander in the room with us?
Yes. There's actually a large dragonborn wearing like large stone plate armor, standing off to the side, kind of minding his own business.
All right, I'd like to go talk to him.
Okay. Whenever you walk over, he kind of eyes you down and says, yes, what is it?
You and I have had, you have had the same job I have.
Yes, I have.
And I'm looking for a man who has been, and who has seen as many battles as I. And I'd like to get your insight, your opinion about this rebellion, and any info that you have. And I'd also like to ask if you have 5 beds to spare in the barracks.
He he looks at the rest of your party and says, as for the beds in the barracks, I can't quite promise anything at the moment. It is
Fine,
very
fine.
last minute, but I'm sure I can make some arrangement. As for the rebellion itself, it's getting bad. There has been, at least in the past several days alone, there has been several murders that appear to be related to the rebellion. They all seem very ritualistic in a way.
And how about your caravans, your
The cultists seem to not care quite too much about the caravans. They seem to stay fairly to themselves unless they are provoked. But me and several battalions, they some of them do definitely put up quite a fight. I have lost several soldiers in battle.
Aye. Thank you, kind sir. What was your name again?
My name is. Wait one moment. I didn't write this down.
I'm here to test your knowledge, boy.
He says, my name is Aldris.
Aldris, like
Aldris. Aldris. All right.
and then I'd like to head to my newly founded group, which sadly I believe Theobald can see my face.
He can. All right.
So we are out of the castle now.
So at
or
this
what?
point, you are kind of just walking out of the castle. On your way out of the throne room, sorry, excuse me. A small little human man, just seems like some little worker around the castle, just runs up to everyone with very large purple cloth sacks that you presume are your 100 gold, and he gives a sack to each person and says, here's the gold that the king requested you have.
Seal suddenly makes like a dog bark, like, and it sounds like an actual dog. I don't think any of you are druids.
No one on your
No.
druid.
Okay, so none of you recognize what it could be, and he goes, thank you.
Thank you, little fellow.
He kind of just gives a smile, a nod, and then he starts to run off on his own. And
Aye.
with that, you all exit the kingdom, or the castle, I mean. And it is still, it's only about probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's still very early day. And the whole castle is up for, not the whole castle, the whole kingdom itself is up to you. What would y'all like to do?
Just to say, we should all get to know each other.
Name's Seal.
Mm.
Seal
Love to
Lunster.
meet you,
You'll
Seal.
read about me in books.
And as I look over to Theobald, me and Theobald lock eyes.
Yeah.
Quite knowingly of I could tell how he was acting in the place, and he knows me. I don't know him. I know of him, not him.
Mm.
And what be your name?
You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to the ground beneath. Yes, I'm talking to you, son.
Theobald Frieden. May I get yours, friend?
I thought so. My name is Colgrag Belms Falsehorn.
And at that, I just kind of give a face of, like, not really, like, I'm relieving the disgust in my face, and it's very obvious. I am very upset that is his name.
I reach out and clap a hand on him. Don't worry. I ain't here to hunt you down no more. Gave up that life long time ago.
Maybe for you, but I feel
I
like
know.
for my friends that I.
Oh, trust me.
Okay.
Is anyone doing
Oh,
anything
you
else?
youngins. Oi, girly with the bird.
What?
Nice bird.
Thank you.
Oh,
What
also,
be your
What's
name?
your name? I'm Seal Lunster. You'll read about me in books.
Sabine. Just Sabine.
Good to know. Write that one down. Saline. Got it.
That's
and
I'm just pulling your leg.
a very stoic but oddly facial head wearing elf. Who be you?
Zephyr takes another minute to respond because he's spacing out again. Oh, I'm Zephyr. Zephyr's Silver Strings. I'm a bard. That's really all I have. You all sound very interesting, but I don't really have that much of an interesting backstory. But it's good to work with you.
You're here to make the stories and write the tales, aren't you?
Yeah, I really like doing so. It's fun to tell stories with the music.
Maybe you could sing one about our party, like our fellow Goliath.
Like about
here.
me.
No,
And some of the books I've been in.
we could write one about our Goliath here, Colgrag the Murderer.
That would
You've
be
done
very
quite
much an
a
interesting
few
tale.
murders yourself, Theobald. Or at least your friends have.
What did people do in these 30 years?
As you speak out like that, some of the upper class nobles that are walking by kind of like flash a look over, like what the fuck, a murderer? And they seem very concerned.
Piss off.
What are you
This
looking
isn't
at?
about you.
Hey, you ever seen an old man before?
They
This
very
man's got
quickly,
rabies. Just stay away from me. He's crazy.
they very quickly take
Drama
note
always
and take
makes
off.
for good music.
All right.
Alright, Theobald, we gotta work together now. I don't like you, and you don't like me. But
Sensing my
the past is
first
in the
one.
past.
Sensing my first piece will be a ballad of a rivalry between Theobald and Colgrag.
And your second one will be about me. Speaking of which, I want to find a good old room. I haven't had a room in a while.
I don't want
I
to
want to
be.
get a room.
I don't want to be in charge of this party. Anybody
No.
else ready to step up and take the mantle?
As
As long
the
as it's
oldest,
This man. I point at Seal.
Oh. as the oldest, I agree with him.
He cannot be the leader. I don't
I
trust him.
cannot.
I'm not
Some of
one
my friends
to
back home,
travel this route. Oh,
they don't like me that much, and I understand why. Ain't a good leader, me.
This man's very long-winded, I can tell.
I'm not one to travel in groups, but I figure we can just go with the flow and then see who becomes the natural leader out of things.
Well, that's just great. Just a bunch of antisocial pieces of garbage.
At that,
Together.
the raven on Min's shoulder flies away.
Also, we got the 100 gold, right?
Yeah.
Like, I can
Aye.
have that. Okay, good.
This
Um,
bloody king even tell us where we're supposed to be going.
So as everyone is talking and communicating with each other, a half-elf, a skinny half-elf man, kind of stops by. He was walking past the party, but he stops and looks at you all, and then says, "Well, y'all don't look like you're from around here."
You don't sound like you're from around here, fella.
Yeah. I'm a bit of here and a bit of there. I'm a bit of everywhere. I travel. I don't stay too many places, but I know my way around. What are y'all here for?
We're here for work.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, work.
Y'all seem a bit lost. Y'all need a guide?
Do we need a guide? I'm lost. Are you guys lost?
You're always lost, Seal. Shush.
Sure, you don't know me.
Wouldn't be lost if this king told us what he wanted us to do instead of just being vague. Oh, I want you to stop this rebellion. And
Aye.
save me
Aye,
money.
Theobald.
That's
Theobald,
a very
I
good
understand. Could you show us to probably the lower class area?
he
The high.
That's an assumption.
he nods his head and goes, yeah, sure. Well, just so you know, my name is Donakai. Donakai, just in case y'all need to ask me anything. Go ahead, come on, follow me. I can show you all the way. I know these streets like the back of my hand.
I'm gonna insight check him to see how trustworthy he's being.
Go for it.
I trust you.
That's cocked. God damn it. That was like a 19 on it too. That's so much worse. 6.
6. This man is
Would have
completely
preferred
trustworthy.
21, but
This man is completely trustworthy, and you see nothing wrong with him at all.
Where'd the bird go?
likes to go here or there.
Oh, as birds do. I get you.
All right. Well, he kind of waves his hand and says, "All right, well, come on. I'll show you all the way."
Why don't we migrate to the inn?
All right, I'm gonna assume. All right, I'm gonna
like a
assume
bird.
you are following Donakai.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And while we're following them, I'm gonna be looking around just to see what reactions people get, maybe out of me or the party.
Sure.
I don't know why I said it like that.
So
The party.
The party.
I'm looking around and looking at the state of the streets and the buildings and the people as we're going down, like through from the upper class, higher area to the more middle and lower class area.
Okay. So as you are walking through the upper class, it actually looks like if you were to only have seen the upper class part of the city, you really wouldn't have been able to tell that anything is going on for the most part. All the houses look extremely clean. The streets are very, very clean. You're assuming that maybe they get cleaned every single night. And the people kind of give you, looks here and there, seeing this group walking by, mainly looking towards the tiefling and the Goliath, as they don't really see your kind around there. The half-elves and humans and elves, you see are fairly common so far around the town, but the Goliath and tiefling definitely stick out.
What about all?
Whenever someone looks at Samine, she will not intensely, but just stare, unmoving, unblinking back at them.
So as you continue, the city looks, like I said, it looks very, very clean. You wouldn't be able to tell anything is going on. As you start to progress further into the more middle class district of the city, Donakai kind of points around and says, "Now, hey, let me show y'all something very, very interesting about this part of the city. Come here." And you see the houses at this point, they're still kind of clean for the most part, but they're nowhere near as big as the houses in the upper district. They definitely can only fit families about maybe 5 or 6 at the most, and even then that'd be very, very much pushing it. The streets at this point are starting to get dirty, and you do see actually in the distance, not too far away from y'all, there is actually a alleyway where you see several royal guards blocking off the alleyway, and you can see people on their hands and knees scrubbing at the floor, and it looks like they're scrubbing something off the floor, but you can't really quite tell what it is.
The Raven will fly over there, because I'm assuming that we're within 100 feet-ish.
Yeah, you're definitely within 100 feet.
Okay, so pause. Are we sitting, pausing for a second while we're walking?
Y'all are still walking
just
forward. Donakai is moving to show y'all something.
Okay. I'll just have my Raven look over there, but I won't look through its eyes.
Okay. The Raven, as it goes to take a look, it can see a very, very large puddle of dried blood being scrubbed off the floor of the alleyway. But there is no body, no limbs, no remains, just blood.
Hey, Donakai.
Yeah. What's it? What is it?
Have there been any violence problems that's been going around down in this part of town?
Oh, in this part of the city? Here in the lower class? At least here, the violence is starting to crack up just a little bit. There's there's some fights here and there, maybe a little riot or so. Nothing too bad for the most part. Occasionally there's a missing person here or there, but nowadays I wouldn't really call that anything special. It's the lower district. You gotta keep your hands on your pockets. Anything there, you're gonna want to keep your eyes open, keep them on the back of your head, and keep your wallet strapped, or your coin purses, because it's not too good down there.
Any troublemakers that have been causing trouble? Any names? Anyone you know?
He kind of looks around for a moment, and then kind of nudges forward a little bit, kind of gives you a little You know, like he kind of holds his hand out a little bit and says, "Now you're asking information that I wasn't willing to give just yet. You wanna, pay up? I know you got some money off that king. Money talks."
I don't have any money. I do not know what you're talking about, but I can give you a very nice handshake.
How much gold are you asking for?
Single gold piece goes a long way, friend.
Single gold?
Single gold.
Alright.
All
I'll
right.
pay you.
So as you give him the gold piece, he kind of looks at it, gives it a little flick, catches it, looks at it through the sun, kind of, gives it a little smile, nods his head, puts it away in his coin purse, and then he says, "All right, now listen here. I can't be too loud about this, as ears are always listening and eyes are always watching. But there is a little troublemaker down there. He runs most of crime in the lower district. I can't tell you what he looks like. There's really only
and he's
been
a name.
rumors about him. I know he's either a tiefling or a drow. I've heard mixed stories, so I can't tell you for sure. But his name, he goes by a lot of names. If I had to give you a couple, there's Gaelmal. There's Shikis. That's about as much as I can tell you, friend. But
Whoa.
that man, he runs everything down there. If you're looking for underground, looking for crime, looking for the head of it, that's your man right there."
Oh, I can't get this voice is killing me.
That's why I got water before
I had a couple of titles myself. Now, one of them was a Doom and Bass. I think it was Elvish, but it's also weird because I know Elvish. Yeah, I don't know that word.
Can I ask you how that's spelled, friend?
DU space B MBASS.
Oh yeah, I bet it was Elvish.
Yeah.
Sounds
New
new
word.
English to me.
That sounds pretty on point.
Oh,
Alright,
thanks.
Donakai, I think this is where you and I and the party split ways
Well,
right now.
hold on, friend. I was wanting to show y'all one last thing here. All right, it's a legendary site in the city. You don't want to miss it, especially because of the story behind it.
I'm not one for stories.
Not one for books.
Well, this story
Hold
may
on,
have
hold
some
on.
truth to it, friend.
Real quick, do I know, since I speak Elvish, do I know what Seal's name is, or is it just gibberish as far as I can tell?
It's dumbass.
It's dumbass.
Oh shit!
It's DUMBASS.
If you
Oh, I
couldn't
heard
tell.
DO. I heard like DMB. I was like,
Man, your
What the
intelligence
hell?
is shining through right now.
space MBASS. I understand, but yeah, it was dumbass.
Theobald's intelligence coming in play here.
How do you do reverse math?
So
Don't fucking ask questions,
he-
bro.
he-
subtraction.
Donakai kind of looks at Colgrag. He's like, now, friend, listen. I know you ain't much of a story person, but this story's got some truth to it, and some of that truth may be treasure. Come on, everyone likes treasure, don't you?
Treasure.
I have no use for treasure.
He
How
looks.
much treasure we talking?
Depends if you're able to figure out the story behind it, and if you can follow the story, it's all yours. I don't even know what it could be. There's all kinds of stories about it, but there's no point in telling you if you don't want to see it.
Well,
Color
do
me
y'all want to
intrigued.
see it? I could care less.
What is this story you speak of?
He's being very vague on
Color
the
me
on
mildly
the value.
disinterest, but I'll do whatever they're doing.
So Donakai gives a little smirk and waves you forward, and as you continue to follow him and you turn the corner, you see a large, pure golden statue. The statue is of a Aarakocra, sorry. And on it you see a plaque that says it says Or on it, OORR. The statue has the feathers like a stellar jay, and in his hands he's holding a rifle in the air, and he has a duster and a cowboy-like hat on. As he shows it to you all, he says, "This right here, this was a local legend in this city. His name was Orr, and he was a hero to these people. Got a little story behind him. He was just some little family man, and his family got attacked and killed. So he left, looking to avenge his family, and he did. He got stronger and took them all out. Now here's where the legend comes into play, right? See that rifle he's holding in his hands? Legend says somewhere in this city there is the legendary rifle and hat and duster that Orr himself donned, and it wields a power unlike any other. Now, there has been some proof to this treasure being in the city, but no one's been able to find it. I'm sure if you spoke to the right people, you could find it and locate these things. And even if you don't like the adornments yourself, I'm sure they could fetch you quite the coin.
What kind of proof are we talking about?
So I don't know all the details, but I know some of the local historians here were able to actually find remnants of his actual bullets that he used for his rifle in his old home. He left a note behind saying that all of his belongings were to be left in the city, but the note itself is too faded and torn up that they couldn't really make out where it said in the city. So all these years they've just been hidden here somewhere. No one's been able to find it. But there is, I'm sure there's somebody here who has some clue for you if you can just find them.
Sounds like a waste of time to me.
I concur, at least for now.
None of us rangers. None of us use guns.
I like guns.
he likes
I
guns.
would
Invented them
you
while I was
with an arm that shoots
Wait.
anything. Ever.
No.
So you said the firearm was or what was it that was the treasure? Or was
It
rifle
was
and
his
duster.
rifle, his duster, and his hat.
Because he was an Arizona Ranger with a big iron on his hip.
It's intriguing to look, at least.
It is.
Where
but
would we
have another
find
job
someone
to
that-
do?
Where would we find someone that knows the answer to this?
If I had to take a guess, I'd guess the best place to start is maybe one of them historians, probably up there in the Upper District. They've been studying this story for as long as I've been here, or as long as some of the other people have been here, from all my knowledge.
All right.
And what?
We'll head over
How
there.
old
I'll head
is
over
this
there.
legend?
Let's see here. Orr unfortunately passed away probably about 30, 40 odd years ago.
Oh.
Now, Seal, you should know quite a bit about this then, right?
I didn't live here, you doof. And then I say it sounds like a bear growl, and it sounds aggressive, but you don't know what it means.
Yeah. Damn animal speech. All right, thanks for the tour. Thanks for guiding us.
Yeah, I
Bet you
got
think
it. If
stars
you
are
ever
real.
need another hand, ever want some more info around the city, always just keep an eye out for me. I'm sure you'll find me. And my word is about as good as can be. That's a scout's honor. And
kind
with
of
that,
scout?
he ignores you and turns away and starts to walk off.
Cool. Oh, he's a cool scout.
Everybody check your pockets. Make sure nothing's missing.
Seal is patting himself down like
At this
very
point,
quick.
Seal realizes not only is his coin pouch gone, but he's naked.
You've been like that the whole time, Seal. Did you not notice? I saw you just went crazy, had a mental break.
So yeah,
What year is it?
Donakai quickly takes his leave and walks off. You see, actually, where he left you, not only did he leave you right at the foot of the statue, but there's also a tavern and an inn right across from the actual statue itself, as well as a general store right down the street from there. And you see maybe a couple other stores and houses following the street down, but you'd have to check to make sure.
You said we had a couple hours to spend?
Yeah, at this point, I'd say it's probably about 4 o'clock now. You spent a good while making your way through the districts, listening to Donakai's ramblings and everything like that. So it's about 4 o'clock.
Seal's ramblings.
Yeah, that too.
I presume we should probably go and check into the inn. Make sure there's still rooms available before we do anything.
Aye, of course. We should go secure ourselves some lodging,
Then we can
Maybe
do whatever
get-
we'd like.
a meal or something. Seems like we might be stuck with each other for quite a bit, so might as well get to know each other a little bit more.
My name's Seal. I'm in books, you know.
Theo, we understand.
I think Alex's characters are always the best.
Yeah.
They're the best for comedy's sake, but nothing
Alright.
more.
You
So,
bet.
is everyone just going to the tavern then?
I'll make
Yeah.
this character try.
Aye.
Okay.
Make a tragedy all you want, it'd still be a comedy to me.
So,
Hold on.
yeah.
On the way
Shakespeare's-
while we're going to the tavern, I pull Karg aside and say, I get that you're probably trying to put some stuff behind you, and I am as well. We don't have to like each other, but I guess you're right. We should try to work together for the good of the group.
I've been living in the woods ever since I left that damned army. What happened that night shall stay on that night, and we shall never speak of it.
Then it appears we have something in common.
Me and you were fighting for what we were told were right. And no man is wrong for fighting what he believes in is right.
All right. Well,
See-
I say that. I say that and turn and walk away.
okay. Well, as you all enter the tavern, I will go ahead and send the player handout right now.
Oh boy, a tavern map. I can't wait to look at it.
So when you enter the tavern, you see it is fairly large. It is pretty busy at the current moment. Has a lot of stores are starting to come to a close. Some of the guards are starting to switch shifts. So it's pretty bustling right now, filled with people drinking at almost all the tables, eating, laughing, conversing about their days. In the upper...
Giant fucking hole in the middle of the fucking tavern.
In the back of the tavern, you see a giant hole with a lift right next to it that is connected to a wooden square plank that descends into the hole. As you step in, the barkeep behind the bar, you see a couple barkeeps, but the one that stands out to the most to you, you'd assume is the owner, is just another large human man. And he looks at you and says, "Oi, welcome to my tavern. Come in.
Oi!
I forgot to mention, once we walked into the tavern, the raven comes back onto my shoulder.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Funky little bird you got there.
Need
Tiefling.
rooms if you have any available.
Ah, yes, we always have rooms here. We're always happy to have people. Let's see here. How many of you are there?
There's
At least
five of
me.
us.
5, huh?
Ignore him, he can't count.
5.
Ah.
All right.
I can
That
count.
let's say give me one moment. He kind of looks at you all and says, let's go with about 4 gold should cover you all.
We're
Are
here
those
with
rooms separate or together?
If you all pay together, I will charge you all just together for 4 gold.
Away from the king.
Yeah, we're here on business from the king.
Ah, the
Wait.
king, eh? I suppose I can give you a discount. Those
Yay!
cultists have been making business here a little scarce. Been scaring off my business. Alright. Let's go with 2 gold. That'll cover for the whole party.
2 gold for the whole party. I give him the
Dog bark.
gold.
Alright.
Did you say aardvark or did you say
I said
bark bark?
dog bark.
Okay.
as you hand
I
him the
said
gold,
aardvark.
he says, do you all want separate rooms, or would you like to share rooms? Or what would you like?
fine with whatever. A bed's a bed.
Solo.
I sleep on the ground.
How
a
many
lot.
people to a
Sleeping
room?
indoors at all is
I-
nice.
I need a single room.
All right, he kind of nods his head and then he pulls out 5 keys and gives 1 key to each person.
Thank you.
He kind of
Who's
he
next
says,
to me?
as he hands you all the keys, he looks around at the tavern and says, "All right, well, we have plenty of open tables here. If you'd like to take a seat, I'm sure we can get you something to drink."
Ah,
I take a-
buddy.
I like drinks.
I take a seat right at the bar.
Not that much. Gotta learn to.
Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah, I guess I'll take a seat. Is there anyone in the? Or no, I guess. What drinks does the bar have?
So the bar has,
Alcohol.
yeah, it has like all kinds of different
Yeah, no
alcohol.
shit.
It has,
Fireball.
some, you see,
My favorite Fireball.
all kinds of like darker, almost pitch black drinks. You see a lot of lighter ales as well. And then of course there's always water. And that yeah, that's basically what he's got.
Water would do it for me.
All right.
I'll take the strongest drink you got.
Strongest
I'm
drink.
gonna order an ale.
An ale. All right. Would you just want a regular pale ale?
That sounds nice.
All right. that
I'll
would be,
have what the man.
Is it from the mystical land of Indiana?
Yes. He looks at you and says, "That'll be let's go with 3 silver."
I'll
hold
Fair enough.
So
I'll
Who
have.
paid for the rooms?
Tristan did.
Yes, I paid for the room.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, you fuck got the food and drink.
whenever you give him the silver, he pulls out a glass, fills it up with a nice shimmering golden pale ale, and hands it over to you and says, "All right, there you go." And you said you wanted the strongest drink we had.
Strongest drink you got.
I'll have one at 2.
He
Don't-
he looks at
Don't
Seal
give it to that
concerned.
man.
I'm confident.
He seems concerned. He says,
I believe
"All
you
right,
weigh as much as a large rock.
If the strongest
I
drink is
know myself.
if the strongest
young
drink's what you want,
man.
then 2 strongest drinks coming up." So
He carried him back to his room.
he reaches underneath his table and then pulls out a large bottle. It's about this big, if you can see me. It's pretty fucking big.
Does it have XXX on top on the side of it?
There is literally a skull of a. There's a drawing of a beholder skull on it, and it's
I didn't even know they had skulls.
Yeah, me neither. It's a drawing. But he holds it up and says, "All right, this is what we got. It is the most expensive drink I have here, so it'll be let's go with about 2 gold. 2 gold each."
Gold.
Yeah.
Done.
I bought 5 rooms for 2 gold. What type of fucking baloney is this?
We only have one of
give him
these
a 2.
bottles.
I give him his 2 gold.
So he pours the bottles and then he gives you the glasses. He looks very, very concerned at Seal.
Bet.
But he puts away the bottle.
I take a sip of my drink.
Don't
Okay,
give me that look,
when
young
you
man.
sip it tastes very, very, very bitter. It is very
I bet it tastes
strong.
Awful.
It definitely tastes awful. It's almost to the point that you actually begin to question yourself if he literally just gave you flat out poison to drink. It tastes so bad. But you just from a sip.
I visibly, as a moonshiner, cringe to it.
Seal takes
But
a
you
good
can-
gulp.
Okay,
That's a
I
strong
need you to
drink right
roll
there.
me a Constitution saving throw.
And
With
that's why they
disadvantage,
take a big gulp.
by the way.
Disadvantage. Oh.
Disadvantage.
Why?
Because
Because you're
you are a
small.
fucking 60-year-old human drinking something that
Boy,
you-
I got 16 charisma. I'm wily for my age.
Nat 1, nat 1, nat 1.
As silent covers the
Uh-oh.
room.
Uh-oh.
What'd you roll?
You got a 1. You got a 1.
That's fat a 1.
That's a 1? Okay.
Oof,
The other one was a 3.
that's a big oof.
So as Seal just fucking throws the glass up to his mouth and just takes one giant gulp, he takes one big gulp. You hear it, you hear it sit in his mouth. He swallows it. He puts the glass down. He seems fine for a moment, and then his head just slams into the table and he collapses.
I collapse?
You're conscious. You just can't move.
You have done what we call knocked the fuck out.
You are still conscious, but you are quite literally you're like a vegetable against the table right now. You can't move.
Alright.
And
I think I'll just have an ale.
and
I take another sip from my mug. Grab Seal's key off of him and say, "All right, fella, you're going to fuck to sleep." And I pick him up and hoist him over my shoulder.
as you get up, you hear a loud yelling coming from the back of the tavern. Sorry, excuse me. You hear actually several people begin to yell, and then you hear a loud crash as a man is thrown across a table, and the table flips over, and he actually lands at your feet, Colgrag.
I look down at him, chuckle a little bit, and then go about what I was doing, picking up Seal.
As you are doing that,
Samin's gonna.
you see a dwarf actually is the one who you presume threw the man across the tavern, across the table, and he
Can I
looks
still-
around.
Am I able to speak?
Yeah, you can speak. You just can't move your arms or your legs or anything.
Nice throw!
He the dwarf turns and looks at the other human men surrounding him. He's like, "Is that all? Is that all you got? I got enough for the rest of you. Bring it on." You see, he is very strong, but he is pretty outnumbered by quite a bit.
What are the people that are like surrounding him look like other than humans? Like, are there any like similar markings or anything, or they're just like thugs?
They're just a bunch of thugs who looks like they had a little too much to drink. You see about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see about 8 of them surrounding him.
Samin's gonna slowly stand up and wander a little bit closer,
All right.
but not say anything yet.
Anyone else doing anything?
I get up and I start to like watch Samin, see what she's doing, and like I prepare for trouble myself.
Not yet. Let me know when I can technically move, kind of.
You're
Okay.
on my shoulder.
Bet.
Fairly soon you might be able to move. You know what? Go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw.
Alright. No disadvantage?
No disadvantage. You're fine this time. You're already fucking dead.
Spoiler
Is it
alert.
another one?
I think these dice are cursed.
Oh no.
That's another one.
That's another one. Okay.
Oh my god!
As you try to, struggle and move again, you slowly just start to
This fucking
go
guy is
even
cursed.
more
I'm not
limp.
using this anymore.
You start to go more limp, and you actually notice you're looking in 2 different directions at this point as drool starts to come out of your mouth.
Oh, this hasn't happened since the
Feeling
war.
like the wetness of his drool on my back, I just drop him on the floor. You fucking drunk.
Oi, Theo!
Uh,
You want me to watch your bees for you?
Don't touch my bees!
So, I figure Samin's probably about like 10, 15 feet away.
Yeah.
She's gonna like, kind of look over and be like, "What is it we have going on over here?"
one of the humans who's surrounding the dwarf turns to look at you and says, "A fucking devil! If you know what's best for you, you best turn around and walk out of here. This is our business, not yours."
I'm gonna look him
look
straight
up.
in the eyes and cast Minor Illusion around the area of my face to kind of like make it look visibly darker with my eyes kind of glowing, and I'm making sure to like keep my face steady, just like not move. And my raven is also gonna kind of like furl its wings a little bit, kind of try and intimidate and be like, We don't take too kindly to those words being cast around here, young one.
Roll an intimidation check.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's go. That is a fucking 21.
Yeah, so when you do that, he visibly just starts to shake his head. He's like, my apologies. I didn't mean nothing by it. And with that, he turns and says, "Come on, guys, let's get out of here. We don't need to do this, right?" Which the others pay him no mind. They kind of ignore him. He visibly is backing away from you though, but the other 7 don't seem phased.
So the other
What's your name, dwarf?
Huh? What was that? I didn't hear
I said, what's your name, dwarf?
He turns to look at them. He turns to look at you and says, give me one moment. Sorry, my dogs are going a little crazy in the background. Hey, can y'all calm down, please? Thank you. He looks at you and says, "The name is Tugrek."
It's nice to meet you.
I
Might I ask why these 7 men decided to ganging up on you right now?
That's not any of
And I glance up at the 7 men as I say it, be like, tap my head a little bit.
Before he can answer you, the other 7 human begin to take a couple steps closer, and they say, "That's none of your fucking business. Look, this is happening
I
right."
start getting closer instead of just watching.
Say what again?
I start getting closer when they do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sitting back and watch.
They point at you and they say, "That's none of your fucking business. Now this is your last fucking chance. Either walk away or die here."
Can I move?
I hear that,
Even in drunken fashion.
and as hearing that, I unsheath my sword. Are we literally listening to the fucking what the fuck is this song called? I fucking love this song, but the fucking banjo breakdown is great. But I unsheath my sword and pound it against my shield and go, "Oi!
Can
right.
see all move.
I'm trying to drink here."
So
And I'm trying to intimidate them to shut the fuck up and go away.
So at this point, every one of the 7 humans had began to pull out their weapons as well. You see 4 of them donning scimitars and 3 pulling out crossbows.
Okay.
And it is at this point that I would like everyone.
I wanted to do something while this was all happening.
Go for it.
That's what.
Can you let him at least roll another Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, I'll give you one more Constitution saving throw.
Motherfucker, I'm pulling out the middle dice.
All right. By the way, when you said whenever you asked me if you could move at all, I was trying to say you can move your eyes in circles.
Fucking 11.
Okay. You managed to pull yourself up to your feet, but
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask if I could move.
Okay. Yes, you can move.
I turn into a panther and let out. I open my mouth to let out what seems like it should be some sort of angry cat noise, but it is a dog's bark.
Okay.
Whoa!
So you
Okay, how that
you
works,
can move. I'm
right?
just gonna let you know that during combat you will roll. You will have disadvantage, just so you're aware.
Sure.
And with that, everyone, go ahead and roll initiative.
That's
I'm a
gonna be
panther.
D20, right?
Yes, that's gonna be a D20. Keep it to yourself for now until I can find fucking somewhere to write this down. Hold on. Okay, let's see here.
Oh,
I
never cast my spell.
Oh!
Fuck.
I'm gonna use one of my my superiority dice to use ambush.
Excuse me.
I never used Gift of Alacrity because I didn't think we'd fucking fight in a bar.
So let me roll my stuff really quickly. Let's see
Am I
here.
rolling this with the disadvantage?
Okay,
as
that's
well?
Alex,
Everything.
you always
so-
fight in a bar.
I got
everything I roll is disadvantage now.
14.
Just this and your rolls to hit will be disadvantage, not your damage.
Okay.
So that's gonna be
Okay, but I got a 14.
Okay, hold on to those for now.
Which
I will write
my
them down
real
and adjust
initiative
them.
roll.
With ourselves.
Yeah, but if someone ties, my real initiative roll was a 6 plus 8.
Holy fuck.
So a 6 is what, if you tie, is
You
what
use
my
your
real.
superiority dice, Alex.
Yeah, you see, I would have like a D8 to add to this if I thought we would fight in a fucking bar.
Bar fights are the best fights.
Which let me mark one of my superiority
Alright.
die.
Okay, so did anyone roll a 20 or higher?
Yes.
Okay.
Negative.
So what did you roll?
20.
20. Okay. Anyone else?
Oh, you crit. That's why.
Not bad.
All right. Did anyone roll a 15 to 19?
Yes.
Okay. What did you roll?
15.
15. All right. Anyone else?
Just barely hitting these fucking numbers, huh?
Anyone else? Okay.
Tristan, you said you had a number, didn't you?
I had 14.
Oh,
All right. So 10 to 14.
That'd be me. I had a
yes.
14 on the dot.
Okay. So that's a 14, and then Caitlin, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 13.
13. Okay. And Alex, what the fuck did you roll?
12.
All right.
15, 14, 13, 12.
So.
Hey!
Let's see here. Let me just put this in a way that
The
makes
ability
sense.
to be the only one
Oh,
not in sync here.
Frank, what is your dexterity modifier?
Let me pull it up. Dexterity modifier.
What is the big plus symbol?
+3.
+3? Okay, so let me put you...
That's a fat dexterity number.
Alright, and with that said, up first is going to be... so what are you going to do?
We have a map.
Well,
So,
where's the placement
So,
of
okay,
everyone?
so let me share my screen so that way y'all can see my map. Sorry, I'm opening up all the wrong tabs.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're up front, up first. What do you want to do?
Well, shit. Who's that person right in front of me?
That is just one of the humans with a scimitar.
Alright, well, I'd want to attack him.
You
We
wanna
don't
attack him?
need to see that, Cameron.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Cameron!
I can't really set this up in a way that y'all can't see, so... trying to think of how I can do this. No, I do not. I'm on my
He
laptop.
doesn't.
Okay.
Well, no, you could stream that application exclusively.
See, if I did that, whenever I was doing that, y'all couldn't see the actual photo, which is weird.
That's stupid.
That is very stupid. I don't know why y'all can't see the photo.
So I currently have equipped the
Here, I
double-bladed scimitar.
Actually, you know what? We got a fairly decent layout of what
Yeah.
the things were.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that
I'm
works.
sure y'all figure it out. Okay. Anyway, so you're gonna attack the one with the scimitar?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and so how are you going to hit? What are you gonna do?
You're gonna have to explain that to me.
Well, let's see. Do you have any weapons? Do you want to hit him with a weapon? Do you want to swing your fist at him?
I just wanted to attack him with my double-bladed scimitar.
Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't
So
hear. What
roll
you
a
said.
d20.
Yeah, roll a d20.
D20.
Yeah, I couldn't hear what you said. I was trying to figure
16.
that out. 16?
Plus.
Yeah.
Okay, that hits.
Plus.
That hits.
Yeah.
All right, so now roll for damage.
And that's gonna be a what?
So
1d.
yeah, just find.
It should
whatever
say
it
right
is.
next to the double-bladed scimitar on your skill on your character sheet. I'll check for you one sec.
Yeah, I don't see it. It's like, I'm still new to this, so sorry.
It is 2d4 plus 3 for you.
2d4 plus 3.
Yes.
Okay.
And next time you roll, you have a plus 5 to hit.
Next time I roll.
No, every time you roll a d20 with that double-bladed scimitar, you have a plus 5.
Okay.
Find a pencil anywhere.
Okay, so 2d4 plus 3 is a 9.
9.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not
So
nice roll.
by the way, and just in case you don't know, you can roll to be non-lethal damage. Just in case you don't want to kill anyone, just to let you know. But you have to just specify that before.
Oh,
you
I have to
actually
do that.
Yeah.
Um.
T-Ball's a little stressed right now. He's not thinking about non-lethal.
Yeah. So anyway, As you swing your
He's
double
getting that
blade-
that barbarian rage going.
So as you swing your scimitar into him, it definitely hits. It actually slices right into his shoulder, slicing really far in, and he cries out in pain. He doesn't go down just yet, but you can tell, like, just that one hit, you messed him up pretty bad. Let's see. Man, I really wish I had a fucking pencil. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I had a pencil, but it wasn't working, so I'm trying to...
Ain't this a shitty DM? Doesn't have a fucking pencil. Doesn't have the account right.
So, let's see here. That
I'm just giving you a hard time.
So, next up is going to be... Let me pull up my notes here. The bandit on... The bandit right next to the dwarf. So, he is going to... Oh, wait, I didn't roll an issue for the dwarf. Okay. Anyway, so he is going to look at the dwarf and swing his scimitar. So that is a 15 plus... Yeah, so that's going to hit. And then he is going to... Okay. So, as he swings his scimitar down, it slashes across the chest of the dwarf, who winces, but he doesn't really make anything of it. He kind of just, like, takes a deep breath and then gives the bandit a look. And that will end his turn. So, up next is the other bandit, who, this one is the far back bandit. And he is going to look over at...
Is he the one I scared the shit out of?
No, the one that you scared the shit out of is the one directly to your left, the one that almost got fucking cut in half by Frank. The bandit that is shooting right now is the one that is on the very, very far right, almost along the wall. He's one of the ones with the crossbow. He is going to pull out his crossbow and look directly at you, Sameen. And he's going to fire his
shit,
crossbow.
I scared him too much.
So, does
Wait, would Sabine be within 5 feet of me?
Let's see. You are... No, you're just out. You're,
Okay,
I'd
that's
say
fine.
about 10 feet.
Gotcha.
So he shoots his crossbow, does a... I keep pulling up all the wrong tabs. Does a 22 hit.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
He does 2 points of piercing damage as the crossbow bolt slams into the it grazes your left arm, leaving a little gash across it. But it doesn't really hurt you too bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that will end his turn. Up next is the third bandit, who is actually right across.
Those sticks?
He's the one right next to Alex. So he's going to look at Alex and be like, "What the fuck is that?" And he's going to run forward with his scimitar and swing. Does a 18 hit.
Now Alex is Alex is actually 5 feet near me, so I'm going to use my protection spell since I do have a shield, and he has disadvantage on that.
Does
roll.
a 17 to hit? Sorry. Oh wait, who has the disadvantage? The bandit.
Yes, the bandit.
Okay. In that case, does a 6 hit?
Alex,
That's a no.
Okay. So as he goes to slash at you, you easily just kind of hop back in your. You said you're a panther?
Yeah.
All right. You easily just jump back in your panther form and easily avoid the blade. That will end his turn. Up next, Anthony. What are you gonna do, buddy?
There's so many options.
So currently there are 4 bandits, like, basically directly in front of you. However, if you try to move, you are within attack range of one of them. And there are still 3 bandits to your right with crossbows.
Okay, so the one directly, like, right next to me. For my bonus action, for familiars.
Yes.
Bonus action or no for the attacks?
They can have their whole own action.
Okay, so I am going to have my invisible imp attack.
Okay.
So that's sting. Okay. So he's gonna try and attack that one.
Alright, is this gonna be non-lethal or
Oh,
lethal?
are you fucking serious? It's non-lethal, yeah,
Okay.
but it's a natural one.
Oh, no.
Actually, he's invisible. Does he
Okay.
get advantage?
I would say because the bandit is currently not moving because he is in pain and he also can't see him, I will give you advantage.
Fuck yeah, don't be another one. It's not a 1, but it's not as 11 to
That
hit.
hits.
Alright, so non-lethal.
Okay.
This is still a decent amount. It's 7 points of piercing damage and have him make a con save.
Good lord. Alright. So he is very much unconscious, just so you know.
Uh-oh.
So
I can't control this.
That is a 14 for the con save.
What's my spell save DC? This is dangerous. Where do I find my spell save DC? What the fuck? Let's go
Should
to
say it on the spell if you click it.
14.
Okay, so I believe if it matches, does it? Wait, does it? If it matches, on
It
a
saves,
spell
yeah,
save,
it saves.
Okay,
It saves.
Yeah, save.
It still takes
I had to
damage
go to
though, so he takes. Where's the dice? Okay. 4 points of poison damage.
Oh, okay. So as your imp, and does it like is it like a slash attack? What kind
It
of
has a
attack is it?
stinger. It has a stinger.
Okay, so as your imp goes to attack him, and it goes to sting him, it pierces straight into his chest, to which he quickly cries out in pain and agony before he very, very quickly just topples to the floor, laying there. And he is unconscious, but he's losing a lot of blood and he is poisoned, so...
Fuck, I said non-lethal.
Pretty shitty imp you got there.
So, for his bonus action, or not even just bonus action, for his movement, I'll just have him come back to me and land on my shoulder as well. And for my action, I am going to... How many else are there?
So, how many bandits?
Mhm.
There is currently one directly in front of the dwarf, one directly behind the man you just knocked unconscious, one next to Alex, and then there's 3 to your right with crossbows.
I'm gonna target the one right next to the dwarf,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna try and hit it with a chill touch. I think.
Okay.
Just staying out of range.
Chill touch, I'm assuming, is it a touch spell, or do you have to, can you use range?
It's 120 feet.
Okay, just want to make sure. Okay, so that's a spell save, or is that a roll to hit?
It's a roll to hit.
Okay.
13.
13 hits.
Okay, let me roll damage. So, that's not bad. A spectral hand kind of like appears out of nowhere and grasps onto his arm.
Okay.
And it does 5 points of necrotic damage, and it cannot regain hit points until the start of my next turn.
All right. So as the hand grabs onto his arm, he lets out like a cry of like fear and shock because of the hand just kind of appearing and grabbing him and inflicting the pain. He manages to pull himself back together, but he definitely is a little peeved at that.
And I think, yeah, that's about all I can do right now. I'll just kind of stay back, just out of range of anyone.
All right. If that ends your turn, then up next is Tristan.
Alright, so they're still
I can't do anything.
they're the bandit that's still like right next to Alex.
Yes, directly next to him.
All right, can I shift in a way where I'm next to that bandit now?
Yeah, you can easily just kind of just walk through and get towards him.
Sweet. Well, I'm just gonna attack him with my greatsword.
Okay.
And fuck these people. It's lethal.
All right.
Does a 15 hit?
Oh, that hits.
Uh-oh.
All right.
This can very easily kill him.
Yes,
11 points of damage. Do you do anything?
11 points of damage, huh?
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right.
Boy.
So as you go to swing at him, you slice directly across his stomach, just cutting him completely open. And he doesn't even cry out in pain as his eyes just roll back in his head and he topples to the floor, just blood spilling out.
Alright, man.
I take a deep breath and go. Been a long, long time.
Uh-oh.
Any other things you're gonna do, buddy?
I don't think there is anything else I could do.
Nothing else?
Nobody's looking shitty, right? Everyone's looking pretty alright.
No one has even really been hit.
I
Really.
took 2 points of
points of
damage. I'm in danger.
Oh no, you need
Alright, fuck you, Anthony. Alright, you're all. Yep.
healing.
All right, you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. So up next, Caitlin. What are you gonna do?
All right. I think I'm going to cast Ray of Frost.
Okay.
That's 1d8. Oh, I have to roll d20 first for that. Sorry, I haven't used this site before, so
You're good.
okay. All right, that is a 16.
16 hits. And who are you going for?
Who's in range of me again? Like in front of me?
So, there are 2 bandits, like, directly in front of you. So, like, basically you see the line going across the tavern. There's...
Right, yeah.
There are 2 bandits literally, like, on each side of that, across the table from you. And then there are 3 bandits off to your right.
Okay. I'm gonna go for one of the guys right in front of me.
Okay.
Let's see. That's a 6.
Okay. So, as you shoot your Ray of Frost, you see the bandit that gets hit by it. His skin turns like ice cold blue as he starts to shiver, very rapidly at first until he begins to kind of just slowly stop and almost just completely freeze over as he falls to the floor, very much dead, frozen. So at this point, the other bandits are getting a little panicked, but they're staying their ground. So is there anything else you want to do?
I think that's it.
That's it? Okay. So, up next is the, Oh. No. He's dead. Okay. give me one moment here. So he is dead. He is dead. So, Alex, you're up next, buddy.
I'm gonna suddenly revert from my panther form, and I'm gonna go, oh, didn't mean to do that. Oh, what the fuck did you do to him? Holy shit! And I look around, and I'm still trying to process what's happening. I'm like, I see, there's what? Are there still ones with crossbows?
There are still 3 bandits with crossbows, and then 1 bandit with a scimitar left.
Are the 3 of the crossbows kind of like close together?
They are all like side by side.
All right, so I'm gonna pull out like a little, looks like a pouch of cards.
Okay.
And pull 6 of them out.
Okay.
And they kind of, to anyone who could see it, they seem to have really weird star like constellations almost on them, but they don't look like things you've seen before. Give me a moment. I have to. Okay, got it. Okay. By the constellation of terra firma, the fierce warrior. This, and I like shoot my hands out, like shoot my right hand out, and clutch up one of the cards, and it kind of shines a bit, and I cast Ice Knife towards the three crossbow people right next to each other.
Okay.
As it shoots out with a shard of ice, I'm like, it said it was terra firma.
Okay.
So that is, I'm gonna roll an attack. I guess I'll like whichever one's in the middle. I'll attack that one.
Okay. So that's gonna be bandit number 6.
Will a 12 hit?
A 12 hits.
Oh, I'm worried now. So first off, that person takes 2 piercing damage,
Okay.
and then the shard explodes.
Okay.
They all need to make dexterity saves. The 3 of them close together.
So, the 5th bandit is going to be a 17.
That will probably make it.
6th bandit is going to be a 5.
Okay, that fails.
And the last bandit's going to be a 15.
The 5 fails.
Okay.
And the ice shard suddenly explodes,
Okay.
shooting cold magic and dealing 3 damage to
Alright.
the one that failed.
So as it punctures his chest, he's like, he shrugs it off from him. He's like, that all you? And before he can finish, it fucking blows up. And he gets knocked over to the wall. He hits the wall, but he doesn't fall prone. He manages to stand up still. But he's definitely taking a
what
beating
you
from him.
said?
And he
Yeah, I thought you funny, huh?
he keeps his mouth shut after that. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
All right. So up next is going to be the one of the bandits who dodged the attack. He is going to look over at the crazy fucking old man who just threw an explosive and shoot a crossbow bolt at him.
Shit.
Does a 13 hit.
Yes.
All right.
One sec. Wait. I got something real quick.
Okay.
Would I still be able to use fighting style protection for that?
Should be able to.
Because it attacks target you within 5 feet of me.
Sure.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that
So,
just makes a disadvantage, right?
Yep.
Yeah, whenever.
All right. That is a 7.
No, it doesn't hit.
Okay. So
Don't you fucking touch my druid.
as he shoots the crossbow at the druid, it goes soaring through the air, and Tristan kind of just pulls you out of the way, and it just thunks straight into the wood behind you.
May the blessing of the terra firma constellation, whatever I said, be with you.
And that will end the bandit's turn. And up next is the last bandit with a crossbow, the one who was just fucking impaled and blown up. So he's gonna want some payback. So he's also gonna shoot a crossbow at Alex.
Motherfucker!
He also has disadvantage.
All right, that first one's an 18. Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
Okay, let's find the correct dice for that. All right, that's gonna be 2 points of piercing damage. Or wait, no, sorry, that's not right. That's the wrong dice. My bad. That is going to be 7 points of piercing damage. So as he looks at you and goes, "You cheeky motherfucker," and then he shoots the crossbow, and it.
I prefer the
And it just impales directly into your shoulder, just going straight in and impaling, and you can already feel blood dripping from your shoulder. That'll end his turn. Up next is the dwarf, who is going to look at the last remaining bandit with a scimitar, and he's just going to go to crack him across the head with his fist. That hits. And then he is 4. Okay. So you watch the dwarf look at the bandit directly in front of him, and he just cracks him directly in the head with a mighty blow. And it makes him very, very disoriented for a moment, and he seems to lose where he is, but he regains his bearings. All right, back up front, we have what you gonna do, buddy?
All right, so the bandit in front of me, is he alive still or I'm sorry?
No, the only bandits left are the one directly in front of the dwarf, and then the 3 with crossbows.
All right, so the one in front of the dwarf is the one that's closest to me.
Yes.
I'm gonna go up to him and I'm gonna attack him with my scimitar.
Scimitar? All right, roll to hit, buddy.
All right, roll. 17.
Okay. Give me 1 moment. Okay, sorry about that. What'd you roll to hit?
17.
17 hits. Roll for damage.
10.
10? Okay, and is this
Yep.
lethal or non-lethal?
Lethal.
Lethal? Alright. So,
Yeah.
as you swing your scimitar down, as you swing it down, you just slice it right across his throat, doing one clean slice. And he drops the scimitar of his own, grabs his neck, and kind of just... and then falls over to the ground dead as well. Alright. Does that end your turn?
Yes.
Okay. So, next up is the bandit over to the right with the crossbow. He's going to look at Anthony and shoot another crossbow. Ooh,
Fuck.
that is a nat
Uh-oh.
20, my friend.
I'm the best.
So-
Time to die first. Mysterious backstory death.
So, let's see here. That is going to be 4, so 6. Okay, hold on. So, okay. I just to make sure, for natural 20s, do you roll the die twice, then add it, or do you just double the number you got?
That's your call.
Okay, we'll just go for double the number. So in that case, Anthony, as the crossbow fires, it digs right into the middle of your chest, dealing 12 points of piercing damage. As it pierces straight through any of your clothes and armor and just sits directly in your
Smino
chest.
cough up blood immediately. Just
And he's gonna kind of give a little like, that'll serve you fucking right.
Is that meaning you're bloody?
I glare at them. The one that just shot me. Oh, on my reaction, I'm gonna cast Hellish Rebuke with the intent to kill.
Oh boy, okay. That's a roll to hit, right?
He makes a dex
Oh,
save.
dex save? Okay. Let's see here. That is a 6.
Fails. Where the fuck are my d10s?
Yeah, Hellish Rebuke
Hella
is a
dead.
pretty good spell.
Hella dead.
Where the fuck are my dice? I actually don't know where they are. I only have my. Oh, there they are. I'm an idiot.
Oh, I ordered a couple new sets of dice. I didn't know the company I ordered them from is literally an hour and a half away from me.
That's handy.
So they should be here tomorrow, I hope.
I'm gonna have to listen to this.
I got mine off Amazon, and they arrived literally yesterday after saying they were supposed to be here like 4 days ago. So
Okay, so time to roll damage. Let's fucking go. He takes 24 points of fire damage.
Oh shit! Yeah. So
I'm going to fucking incinerate him. Like
So-
a flow of power rushes through my body and out the tattoos that are across my arms that were hidden before,
So-
throwing a blast of fire towards the guy that just shot me.
As your hellish rebuke makes contact with him, he screams as his whole body bursts into flames. And within seconds, you just smell nothing but charred flesh as almost just a blackened skeleton falls to the floor, just
Fuck, I
completely
deserved
dead.
it.
I yell, you.
That
That's what
sure
I'm
sounded
talking about.
interesting with the mic.
One thing
You're welcome.
one thing you just happen to have noticed, by the way, with your passive perception of 18, is the bartender has paid little to no attention to any of this, as if this tends to happen a lot. So
just a regular Monday night.
yeah, so just in case you were wondering. There's that in... Oh, wait, okay, well, that was your turn. Oh, no,
That was my
that is your
reaction.
turn. It's your action, yeah. So, okay, it is your turn. Because he's very much...
Okay. I have a quick question. What does the help action do again?
Fucking nothing.
You sure?
You can lend your aid to another creature with the completion of a task. They gain advantage on the next ability check, provided they make the check before the start of your next turn. Also, you could aid a creature in attacking, you feint, or distract the target in some way. Your ally attack gets advantage.
So, totally forgot about my fucking raven on my shoulder. So which ones are alive still? Like, I lost track of.
So, the only two bandits left are the two bandits with crossbows in the back.
Okay, how far away are they away from me? Like,
They're
15
probably
feet?
about... Yeah, they're like 10, 15 feet away from you.
Okay. So, how do I do this? I'm going to have the raven take the help action on my shoulder as I run forward. It's gonna kind of like unfurl its wings and hop off my shoulder for a moment to kind of like dive at the guy's face, but try and fake him out. And me and the imp are gonna make attacks against him.
Okay.
So I'll go first with my dagger.
Okay, just to clarify, because I kind of spaced out. Are you going for the bandit that was injured by Seal's exploding dagger, or the one who has yet to take a hit?
With ice.
The one who has yet to take a hit.
Okay.
And I have advantage, so that 3 doesn't count. And that's a 12.
12
with
hits.
the dagger. Alright, rolling damage. That's, fuck yeah, max damage. 7 damage.
Alright.
As I slash my dagger across his chest.
So as you slash him, he winces in pain and kind of reels back, grasping at his chest. But he doesn't quite go down yet. But you can tell he doesn't got much left.
And I order my imp to attack.
Okay.
That's a fucking 23.
Yeah, it hits.
That hits. 1d4. So that's 5 points of piercing damage and have him make a con save. And I am aiming for fucking lethal this time.
Oh, that's good, because he's dead anyway. That is a con save, 17.
17. He makes it, but I still do half damage.
Okay.
So that is 5 points of poison damage coursing through his body.
Yeah, so as you slash, or as you hit him again, he coughs up more blood, but finally what puts him down is whenever your imp pierces through his body with his stinger, he begins to foam up at the mouth and breathe very jaggedly before he finally collapses backwards, falling on his back, dead.
I'm gonna glance over at the other one that's still alive, be like, "You're fucking." That character doesn't have an accent. You're fucking next.
He's terrified, but at this point he knows there's not much he can do, so he's just gonna go down.
Just murdered 2 fucking people, dude. Of course he's.
So if that ends your turn, all right?
Yeah, I mean, I only have bonus actions left, and I can't do anything with it yet.
Okay. Well then, Tristan,
Oh fuck! I
you're
need
up
to use a
next, buddy.
spell.
Oh boy. Can I get to the last guy with 30 feet of movement?
Yeah, I'd say that puts you just right in front of him.
All right. I want to hit him with my greatsword.
Oh boy.
Of all
go for
things.
it.
You know, you never would have guessed.
I never would have guessed.
Does a 10 hit?
That does not. So as you
boy.
swing your greatsword, it crashes into the floor, and he manages to jump back right before it hits, just almost hyperventilating, just seeing what the greatsword had done to his comrade earlier.
Well, damn. I guess I'll action surge.
Oh.
And then, as my sword's down and I'm sitting there looking at him, I'm gonna lift my sword up and try to slice up his body.
Okay.
Does a 24 hit?
That fucking hits.
Alright, yeah, I rolled a 19. I was hoping it would hit.
Yeah, that'll do it. Roll for damage.
Alright, does 11 damage do any... Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Does 12 damage do anything? I'm sorry.
12 damage definitely does it. How do you wanna take him out, buddy?
Well, so I swung my sword down and it got kind of caught into the floor. And he dodged back. He's like sitting there hyperventilating. I go, "Oh, you fucked up, Fred." And I just want to flick my sword up real quick
right.
and almost kind of lead a line right from his crotch all the way up his neck and off his chin.
So as you do that, your sword easily just slices through his body, cutting all the way up like just a hot knife through butter, just cleaving through. And it doesn't cut him completely all the way through in half, because you did only get him barely in the front, but you cut him close, like far enough in that his body just splits open as it falls over down to the floor, completely very much dead. And with that,
Gnarly.
combat ends.
I'm panting. I need my drink.
So the bartender looks over, pours out another drink, sets it down on. He walks over to your table, sets it down on the table, and then he says, "This one's on the house. If you help me throw the bodies down the hole."
I grab the drink and just down the entire thing.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I am. Trust me, I am. 15.
Okay, as you down the whole drink, you feel it hit you. You definitely feel a little bit of a buzz coming on. You're definitely you're not in the best combat conditions, but since combat's over, you don't gotta worry about that.
I use my Goliath strength to help her easily throw all the dead bodies away. The ones that are alive, I leave
Immediately, the imp that was previously with me is gone again. And Raven is back on my shoulder.
Seal collapses on the ground and pulls out another card. Chooses another card from his what is now 5 cards, and he goes, "What the fuck?" He's like peering at it. He seems like he doesn't even know what it is. He's like, "I think it's pronounced Cootie Boo." Fucking
wait.
What?
Did you say you had a 40-card deck of constellations?
No, I said there's just a deck of constellations in my pouch, but you don't know how many.
He has a deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
No.
So,
I don't know what you're talking
anyway,
about. This is a
as
completely
this is all
separate
going
thing.
on, the
And
dwarf.
I cast Cure Wounds on myself.
On who?
Who
Oh.
the fuck do you think?
Bitch, I took a crit.
Bitch, I'm on the ground.
So,
Wait, you didn't take any damage. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I did.
Yeah, you did. I forgot.
So,
I was shot.
As the barkeep is throwing all the bodies down the hall with you, Colgrag, the dwarf kind of goes over to Samine and puts a hand on her shoulder or like on her arm, and just gives her a nod and says, "Thank you. I was in a bad spot, but I'm thankful for your aid."
Shit, who's he talking to?
He's talking to you. Samine.
Talking to you.
And he
shit,
says,
right.
Is there any way I can repay you?
You don't need to. It's...
I yell,
we look out for
information.
each other here. And she coughs up a bit more blood into her hand and kind of wipes it off on her pants.
He looks at Colgrag and says, information. I can try and be of some assistance, but I don't quite know what I could help with.
I'm gonna throw a card over at Anthony, and I'm gonna yell out, "Blue dragon, white eyes," and then you're gonna heal. Cure wounds.
Are you You do have a deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Heal mine.
I told
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So yeah, he looks over at you, Colgrag, and he's like, "What kind of information are you looking for?"
Gunman.
Gunman?
I believe he's talking about the legend of Or, I believe is their name
Yes,
was.
or.
Yes.
I'm afraid I'm not much help when it comes to that. I tend to just keep to myself and keep to my forge down the street from here.
What'd you say?
Yes. I run a forge right down the street from here. I create armor and weapons.
Oh, what's your specialty? I'm a blacksmith.
A little bit of both. I don't specialize in either. You see, my family, we have been in the business of making preparations for the battle for years.
Are you the main blacksmith for the town guard?
Aye, that I be.
Aye. Good. Good.
I'm afraid I don't know
Seem
much.
like a trustworthy man.
I'm afraid I don't know anything I can really help you out with.
That was an odd noise that came out of you there for a second.
Yes, that's my inner demons.
Understandable.
No, if you, the most I can do if any of you were to come to my forgery down, I could probably offer quite a discount for anything within reason.
Good.
Course.
Good. Well, it's nice to meet you. What was your name again, dwarf?
My name be. Fuck, I forgot his name already. You know, let's just keep it simple.
Oh,
Let's go-
fuck, you forgot your name already. That's a weird name.
Let's,
I
let's
didn't
just
remember it.
How do you spell that?
let's go with Boulder. Boulder. Bauldor. Boulder. I will write that down too, so I don't forget it. My bad. I didn't get this guy a name. Okay.
Couldn't
Anyway,
tell.
and with that, I have literally every fucking thing else for him. With that, he gives you all a nod and a farewell with his wave of his hand, and then he turns and leaves the tavern.
Samine coughs up a little bit more blood, wipes it off, and sits back down at the bar to keep sipping on her water.
Stop bleeding.
I head to my room.
It's gross.
So the barkeep,
Alright, that's calling it a day for me.
the barkeep goes over to everyone and says, sorry about that. We get some unsavory business around here sometimes, but it's nothing that I'm not used to. I have to ask. I apologize. I know it's not your fault, but this still isn't technically quite legal, if you catch my drift. So if you could head up to your rooms sooner rather than later, that would be quite good. I will keep this little incident to ourselves.
Seal makes another dog bark noise, this time of like a small Pomeranian, and turns into a weasel and runs to his room.
How are you going to open the door? You don't have the key.
You then hear a very angry scratching before a fuck.
That's an odd one, I tell you what.
Don't worry, I'm quite familiar with this unsavory business. I'll head up to my room. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So I believe everyone is anyone else gonna do anything, or is everyone heading to their rooms?
I'm already in my room, passed the fuck out, asleep.
All right.
I'm gonna get another drink to go and then go to my room.
All right. He pours another pale ale and hands it to you and says, "When you're done drinking it, if you can take it to the room if you like. If you finish drinking it, just set it outside the door. I can grab it later." All right. So I'm assuming everyone else goes to their rooms.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So, as everyone gets in their bed and starts to get a good night's sleep to prepare for the inevitable, unforeseeable amount of work to come,
I'm calling this a long rest.
Yeah. It is a long rest, and this is where we will go ahead and call the session.
Neato.
Neato.
Sweet.
All right. Cool.